Hey everyone, thanks so much for stopping by. My name is Bruce Swartz. For those who just arrived for the first time to the channel, thanks so much. I get a whole bunch of cool UFO captures. I was lucky on the moon, both here in the sky with infrared cameras. I'm from Montreal, and let's get right to it. Why would they not hide the moon like we hide the sky here with chemtrails? For whatever the reason we're hiding the sky, I know there's several reasons. We know that they are geoengineering and whatnot. There, 1947 New York, they started spraying the skies, but not much is talked about. So we're going to jump right into viewing the surface. Some spectacular UFO findings again, and UFOs splitting in half. Have you ever seen that? UFOs coming out of the surface of the moon. These are all findings I see. I have an incredible theory that goes along with it that obviously fits what I am showing. Here are craters on the moon, okay? This is what they call them. So as we're going through the simple filtering here, a simple conversion, it's always the same colors that you'll see here on this channel. The green, because, well, quite simply, it helps the eyes when you're trying to look at and differentiate objects on the surface, like the two materials that you're looking at right now. Right there is the bottom base part, very symmetrical. There's no two ways about it. When you zoom up on something, it usually becomes unsymmetrical. Something round, you zoom up, it becomes no longer round. But when you zoom close up like this and you see that there's symmetry, well, you could say just maybe that someone built some of these objects. Check this capture. Quite an amazing one. A UFO, several, UFOs. It's fun being able to say this. I mean, the capture's there. Several UFOs on the moon. Now, what's even more amazing than that is, what happened? How come it stayed stuck there? I got a lit pixel stuck on my screen, right? Nope. It's a UFO that's doing something to us that's really teasing us, and I'm teasing NASA by posting it because we don't have any bloody clue as to what these things are. All I know is that the capture is incredible. I know it's not dust in the screen, more like something in the wind on the moon. And you're seeing an incredible surface with several UFOs coming out of the lights on the surface, and UFOs stopping. There they are. Literally, those are the UFOs. Those just arriving are still going to laugh. Even when I'm showing this, it scared the hell out of me, I'll be honest with you. Take a look at it. Not normal. Do you notice the timing of the UFOs, like going by at the same time? Like, what the heck is that all about? Like, what do you think MUFON would say? Like, hey, call him up and say, yeah, I have lights that are on the surface, several of them. That are moving left, right, and it's illuminating the surface. Can you get back to me? Thanks. Next call. Who's actually going to take the time to answer me? And even if MUFON was to say that it wasn't real, people would be upset, I'm sure of it. Square craters. You're looking at small objects that are massive, but we're seeing them small. And look at how they hug the surface. No other ways of explaining it. You can see exactly what you're looking at. There again, that square crater. No pixelation, maybe a bit starting in the bottom center, but again, it's a refraction because of the bright reflective surface. We're seeing panels on the surface, but these smaller structures right beside Bianchini crater are absolutely incredible. I would say it's something that's not ever going to come out in disclosure. This, a nuclear plant? What is it? There are lines going to this bright light with smokes and hazes and refracting colors that are lifting up off the surface. All of you who know the truth know that there's no reason for me to lose it and to flip out because I'm not in the news. I actually am sort of honored, I guess, that it's not in the news, because obviously it would have, the cat would have been literally out of the bag. I think it's safe enough to say. Bianchini crater, look at the beautiful, listen guys and gals, very emotional for me. When I saw that all these structures were there, anomalies and everything. This is BN Cheney crater. It was just something absolutely amazing. I worked hard in trying to clarify the surface to see the smokes and hazes. I noticed that there's also different events on the moon where, for whatever the reason, the smokes are very, very different. They even travel in different angles, right? And that, through the years, I'll be able to slowly document and even show you all. I made a really cool video last night for the members, the paid members, and we're talking about, craters being possibly nuclear reactors, right? What are these lights? Why are they, like that one was stationary. Like, how come I'm seeing all the different characteristics of the lights? Why do some of them move? Why do some of them smoke? They're smoky. Why do some of them let off gas and colors? This one's like a ghost just flying through heaven, literally on the surface. But the light system that no one's mentioned on the moon, I was the first and only one so far mentioning this light system. When one light goes on somewhere and it lights up at the same time somewhere else. These could be signal lights, signaling something also. They're on the surface. They're appearing stationary, and some of them move around. But, I had, at the beginning, it wasn't easy trying to show everyone that sometimes you have explosions on the moon, and sometimes they're not explosions. Sometimes they're literally lights, right? So in other words, this light lights up, and at the same time lights up the surface, and then you see all the smokes and hazes on the surface because that UFO or light lit up the surface for me. That's how I'm seeing the surface. When I take down the exposure, it's so that I see more the object itself, and sometimes, just sometimes, inside of the light you can see also more details. I mean, look what impresses me, the way it appears. It's not like it's coming out of something. It looks like a heart beam that is appearing literally on the surface. I come up with a lot of these different theories, in general. It's a UFO fleet that I film going by, yes, but sometimes you look at the lights and you wonder, one guy said, hey, it looks like, a bomb. I said, yeah, carpet bombing. Lights, one beside the other, boom, boom, boom. I love the theories. You never know what it can be, but you see the other light come out of this one? It's like, what do you want to say it is? It's a UFO that's causing smoke. Why? Again, I'm always saying it. It's the light from the UFO that's showing us the surface. But also another detail is that there's another UFO that actually came out of that light. So watch what happens here. It's just literally another light that's coming out of that one or crossing that one. This UFO came towards me, then decided it was going back the other way. We see some weird stuff in the skies. It's always incredible. What do you think of that? Another descent. Controlled descent. Controlled descent. Another controlled descent. That's how NASA gets down to Earth. They showed us. They told us. Why wouldn't it be them, right? As a theory. I know. Yeah, I think there's aliens up there too. Maybe not even any humans, or maybe it's the opposite. I'm open to either way, honestly. Quite honestly. I don't fight. I show this instead. Let the trolls fight. Say it's pixels. No problem. I'll tell you, 90% of the people show pixels. You want to know who gets really good NASA images? Physical astronomy. Look him up. Techno thanks, my buddy. You don't even have to listen to the video to enjoy it. Just listen to his words. Here's the nuclear reactor plant right beside Copernicus. Oh my goodness, what are they going to do? They're going to shut me down. Listen, water sources near Copernicus, I believe this is possibly an industrial site. It could be that they are making plutonium on the moon. Whoa, 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 whoa. What a theory. There's Copernicus. There are the lines and lights and hey, we're going to get in close enough. You can be your own decision. If you want to say it's a Costco, I would prefer it being a Costco. But why would they go to the moon? Like I said in my last video, why would somebody go to a planet to build something when we can't even build it here? Right? It makes sense. I talked about it on my last video. You saw the energy source there. Why are they going to go to the moon unless it was a catastrophic event? That's what I said Like inside, why would anybody go inside of their own planet unless it was a catastrophic event? It just makes absolutely no sense unless they're building something, right? Or a technology that we don't understand. Now watch this. I'm going to trick your eyes here a little bit. I'm going to play with your eyes. I'm going to help your eyes actually to see objects. So here we see some type of shape. And now we're seeing lines that are going across this like rectangle, right? On the surface. It looks offset, and of course the reason why objects look offset, you know it, the foreshortening. Quite simple. If that theory holds, if science is telling truth, objects that are standing up on the moon look lying down. And the parallax, because of two moving objects, one beside the other, we're seeing a distortion. What about this flowing object? Theophilus crater, and right beside it, that's the other crater that has that pipe or line going through it. Could that be a nuclear setup? Could water be being brought to these supposed nuclear reactors? I'm going to linger on that theory a little bit for this week to get some of the trolls mad again. This is serious. Trolls shouldn't be mad at me. They should be helping me try to find out the truth. This is pretty scary stuff. Could you imagine them doing nuclear on the moon, having nuclear reactors? Nuclear reactors have to be in the ground. And there's a whole bunch of, it's a big process. It's complicated. There's the flowing water or whatever that is, right? You need uranium, and then you need to split the atoms. Uranium is an atom, and you're going to split that to make more charged, smaller particles that are going to need to be heated up as they throw themselves, fly away from one another. You need water. So it just so happens maybe there's water on the moon that would be needed for that. This is fire, by the way, on the moon. What do you think of that? No, it's nothing else. It's just a fire. Come on, I'm not going to pretend it's a bomb blast, which, my gosh, would have been so easy, and I wouldn't have. The reason why it's moving by is because I'm going over with my telescope a crater. That's inside the crater. There's a whole lot of fires and smokes and yeah, a lot of action. And NASA dares talk about a lunar transient phenomenon. Yeah, right. Tell me about it. Apollo 17 landing right there in the bottom. Another place that looks like a nuclear reactor. I assure you, Mons Argaeus. Go look at what I posted for Mons Argaeus. It looks like a nuclear reactor. Big time. David Newsom and everyone who contributed to this channel, if you're here watching this video, you're contributing. Thank you so much.
We party all night long. Aliens on the moon, they must have minded. They up there sitting down in that pontoon. They drop everybody off in their belly party. They pop and they jump and they come in here so soon. Yeah, aliens are up there on the moon. They may be even coming right here soon. Aliens are mining on the moon. Yes, they are up there. Doesn't matter cause disclosure's coming soon. Disclosure's coming soon.